I would like to introduce you to our Chairman, President, and CEO of Pepco Holdings, who will be speaking, Joe Rigby.
Thanks, Deb. Thank you all for being here, and thanks for joining us on short notice. As Deb mentioned, I'm Joe Rigby. I was actually concerned for a moment that we were going to have just all of our employees here and not have our honored guests, but we do have folks from our executive team to help us respond to your questions. I also want to just take a moment to welcome our honored guest who really played a key role in making today a reality. And I want to start with the chair of the Committee of Public Service and Consumer Affairs, the chair, Councilmember Bowser, who played a big role in making this happen, and welcome. And Councilmember, I would invite you to, when I'm done, to make some comments. I would enjoy that. We're also joined today by David Weaver, who is the Chief of Staff for Congressman Van Hollen's office. Also, we have the Legislative Director, Tara Sabag, got it right? And Communication Director, Dan Weber, from Congresswoman Edwards' staff. So thank you all for being here. And I also want to welcome our colleagues from the Office of People's Counsel. I'm glad that you could join us today. Earlier today, President Obama announced the recipients of the Smart Grid grants, and I thank the President and I thank the Department of Energy Secretary Chu for their vision and their leadership. I'm very pleased to be standing here announcing that the U.S. Department of Energy has awarded $168.1 million in federal stimulus funds to Pepco Holdings to deliver smart grid benefits to our customers in the District of Columbia, Maryland, and New Jersey. These grants will be finalized in the coming weeks through negotiations with the DOE. We're particularly pleased with the leadership that the DOE has shown on the issue of smart grid and their efforts to champion the modernization of the electric grid. The deployment of these technologies and the delivery of these customer benefits will fundamentally transform how electricity is generated, delivered, and consumed. And Pepco Holdings is proud of the fact that these awards serve as an endorsement of the heart of the smart grid vision we have been advancing for several years. So really, the bottom line is that today is an important day for our customers. These awards represent an extraordinary opportunity to accelerate the delivery of smart grid benefits to our customers by speeding the deployment of advanced metering infrastructure, distribution automation, and demand response technologies. Smart grid implementation will create new green jobs, boost the economy, and lay the technological groundwork for customers to better manage their energy use and reduce carbon emissions generated by fossil fuel power plants. Dollars we obtain from the federal government will offset by 50% the amount customers would otherwise pay to make these important improvements to the systems. Once deployed, the smart grid will provide a number of benefits to customers, including detailed information on energy use, including real-time pricing signals to enable better energy management and to reduce customer bills, the ability to save money through enrollment in direct load control programs, the expansion of net metering to facilitate the use of renewable power and distributed generation resources, enhanced system operation capabilities that improve reliability, proactive customer communications via email or text messaging to notify customers about power outages and service restoration, and over-the-air meter reads that minimize the need for estimated bills. In addition, the smart grid will lay the groundwork for providing the communications infrastructure that will eventually provide for the electrification of our transportation system. Now, building the smart grid is a complex process. It's going to involve installing 850,000 smart meters in homes and businesses in Pepco's District of Columbia and Maryland service areas, as well as hundreds of thousands of devices to modernize the electric system through digital communications and automated functionality. In addition, Pepco plans to work with its state regulatory commissions to institute dynamic pricing programs that provide customers with the opportunities to save money by shifting their energy use to off-peak periods. Our overall smart grid investment is anticipated to be about $90 million in the district and $210 million in our Pepco Maryland service territory. But these grants will cut these costs in half. Further, we will provide hundreds of jobs as we move through deployment. Atlantic City Electric has been awarded funding to deploy 25,000 demand response devices in our New Jersey service territory, as well as intelligent grid sensors, distribution automation technology, and communications infrastructure to enhance grid reliability, optimize the grid's operations, and help customers better manage their energy use. Pepco Holdings applied for smart grid funding for all jurisdictions we serve, and we thank the many federal, state, and local government officials, including executives, legislators, and regulators, as well as community leaders who provided their support. We look forward to working with these parties to move our smart grid vision forward in all the areas we serve. And with that, I would invite Councilmember Bowser to come up and make a few comments.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Muriel Bowser. I represent Ward 4 on the Council of the District of Columbia, and it's been my distinct honor to chair the committee on the Council that oversees our utilities regulation in the District of Columbia. So we oversee the Office of the People's Counsel and the Public Service Commission, and over the last 9 months, I've learned more than I ever thought I would about electricity. Joe, let me congratulate you and all of your employees. You have a really great team that works with us at the council. We hear from Beverly Perry and Vincent Orange and Tom Graham and Donna Cooper quite a lot, and they let us know what you're working on, and we appreciate it. I even had the opportunity to work with some of your Maryland folks, with Kim Watson at a recent conference that was hosted where all the utilities came together, so I really appreciate that. And I want to thank you because so many of your employees live in my ward. I'm looking at one right now. So we really appreciate what you do in our community. I appreciate the support also that you've gotten from our friends in Maryland, David Weaver from the Senator's office, and I heard you mention representatives from your Congresswoman that's on the other side of the line from us in Ward 4. So we appreciate what you're doing. What these grants represent to us in the city are the creation of jobs. It represents the opportunity to increase reliability, which is so important to your consumers. It represents for us the opportunity to give people the chance to lower their electric bills. And we know the only way that they're going to be able to do that is through conservation. It represents for us a path to creating and generating more energy from renewable resources in our country. And we know how important that is on any number of levels for us as Americans. And it represents for us our president following through on a commitment to D.C. and Maryland, giving us 100% of what we asked for. So how often do we hear that? We are so excited to be able to take the president up on his challenge. We were at a conference recently of state legislatures where one of his Secretary Locke of Commerce, and notice I say of Commerce, challenged state legislators and legislatures to get out of the way. But more than that, he challenged us to pave the way, to go back to our states and the District of Columbia in our case, and make sure the regulatory environment was such that smart grid could happen. And I was pleased that our council did exactly that. And not only did we do it, we did it on an emergency basis to put in place the environment where smart grid could happen. So we are excited about this opportunity, and we think that, given the size of our jurisdiction, given the fact that we have one regulated energy company, that we can be the first. So please know that we stand with you, we stand behind you, we stand beside you to get this done. And congratulations. Good job.
Well, just before we wrap up, I want to say something. Things like this don't just happen. There's an enormous amount of work, and the spark of it is really the vision that some people have, and I'm very, very proud to lead a company that has a very clear vision for the future with 5,000 employees that are energized around transforming the way we deliver our product, do it reliably and safely. So I have a tremendous amount of confidence that we're going to realize this vision, and I just want to close by thanking those 5,000 people who come to work every day to work hard, work safely, and it's a real honor to lead that team. So thanks for being with us this evening, and we'll see you when we start putting those smart meters in. Have a good evening. Thanks.